Hi, my name is Marcela Seves, and today I'll be presenting an informative speech about the topic social media and mental health. In 2020, there are an estimated 3.8 billion social media users worldwide, representing half of the global population. This information is from We Are Social 2020. The main topics that we are going to discuss are psychological underpinnings of social media use, uses and benefits, challenges and risks. Before addressing these topics mentioned uh, a moment ago, we need to clarify some general concepts. For example, the first one is social media. Social media refers to a type of communication that is engaged through an electronic platform. This means that people can access or share information, documents, photos, to express themselves, feelings, um, through internet via computer or smartphone. The second concept is mental health, that is defined as a person's condition or state that involves psychological, emotional, and cognitive aspects. This also refers to how someone expresses his feelings or sees the world or his beliefs or share his thoughts, right? Okay, so the first topic that we're going to address is psychological underpinnings of social media use. Accordingly to the Industrial Psychiatric Journal on 2019 reported the following theoretical postulates. The first is the self-disclosure on social networking sites activates an internal reward system. Self-disclosure is when someone reveals important information about themselves to another person. For example, your likes, dislikes, ideas, beliefs, or I don't know how your ideas of some topics, opinions, etc. And when you do that, that activates an internal reward system. This reward system make us feel comfortable, motivated, and happy. So in order to maintain that feeling, we keep repeating that behavior. Also, when we share how we feel or interact with other people, we start feeling appreciation and self-worth that improves our mental health. We feel like we belong in a community or in a group. As humans, we are social beings and we have the need to keep interpersonal connectivity. This means that we cannot be alone or we cannot isolate of the world. We need to keep conversations or keep having relationships with others. It can be uh, like in your school, university, or in your work area, but it's important that we keep communicating with others. Okay. Uh, the Journal of Technology in Behavioral Science 2020 give us three uses and benefits of social media that are more common. For example, the first one is it helps us facilitate social interaction. People will with mental illness or mental disorders tend to be more shy, or they are scared of engaging conversation face to face with others. So these platforms or this network help them to maintain conversation or relationships, or also you don't need to answer in that moment. It can happen time or days, even it can pass days, and you can answer when you feel confident. Access to peer network, access to peers and support network. Okay, this refers that sometimes people with mental disorder doesn't understand quite well their illness, and they need to, I don't know, they have like the urge to understand and seek information, and the internet has helped us providing studies, articles that help these persons to understand their symptoms or the treatment that they receive, and why it's important that they keep seeking or attending to their um, medical appointments. And also, there are a lot of networks or platforms that give support to people with mental illness or problems with their mental health, to keep motivated, or to do not to stop feeling like depressed or sad, and they encourage them to keep communicating with others. Also, I forgot to mention that in the number one benefit, social media or the internet currently has helped us with communicating through long distance, because there are I don't know, friends or maybe family that do not live in the same area that we live, and it helps us have another communication that maybe it would be hard if we hadn't the if we didn't have the technology that we have today. Okay, it promotes engagement and retention in service. Internet also help us with uh, patients that cannot maybe move or are in a wheelchair, or it's difficult for them to go to a hospital or to with the doctor, no? So they can get online counseling or online uh, attention, medical attention, and also sometimes if they have a caregiver, they start presenting symptoms like depression, or they are not sure if the procedures that they are performing are the correct, so they can ask for help um, in via internet, or if they have an emergency, they can call the psychiatric or the doctor that is treating that person, no, that is treating that person. Okay, also the Journal of Technology in Behavioral Science mentions 3 challenges and risks of social media use. The first one is impact on symptoms. For example, when we access these platforms, sometimes we cannot control what we look or what we see. we cannot control what we see, and it can be explicit content or content that has violence or that triggers some symptoms or make us feel depressed or anxious. So depending on the mental disorder, it can affect the symptoms of the patient or the person. Facing the hostile interactions. Like I said before, uh, a lot of people has access to internet, and we cannot control what other people do, or mm, not all not all people want to have a nice conversation or communicate with others in a correct way. They have Some of them have also mental illness or have situations or problems, and they find in these sites, they find like an escape or a situation where they can um, express their anger or their feeling of inconformity. I don't know, things like that. And consequences for daily life, it can be that internet is not private. It's not private. When you sing in on a platform or a social media um, site, you accept terms and conditions, and some terms and conditions involve that things that are private to you or information, it stays online, and whatever who looks your name can access to that information or that is friends with you. So that can be a problem to some people. Also, the consequences for daily life is that if you like to use social media a lot or spend a lot of time there, you can start feeling more isolated, and um, or avoid or stop practicing communication with others only via internet or online, and we need to keep practicing our communication skills. I mean, like verbal communication, not only nonverbal communication. So, conclusion. Okay, social media has become an important part of the lives of many individuals living with mental disorders. We cannot say that social media is only bad and that we should avoid it or do not have any um, relation with those platforms or apps. But what I think, or about what I found in the information that I'm presenting to you today, is that we need to be careful in where we seek information, because not all sources are um, true, and also we need to be careful how we express ourselves or how we address to others, because we don't know if they are going through a hard time or they are living with a mental disorder. And it is important also uh, to not forget that social media has benefits. It helps us to be more social, to face our fears, and try to communicate with others if we are shy. And also we have access to information, and it gives us an opportunity to create relationships with people around the world. Finally, I'll conclude with technology is here to stay. We have to learn to optimize its use and coexist. Thank you.